Hey guys, real quick before I run off and do my laundry. You know, it's taken like 2 hours to upload these things that are like 30 or 40 minutes long, but some crazy shit there, you know. Whatever YouTube is doing, who gives a damn, right? The idea is I still have some little platform, even if it's only getting through to just a few people. But anyways, yesterday I kind of yada over the idea of those four rivers that come in or feed the Garden of Eden, and so remember the whole idea is that this is the spiritual side of the Bible that we're talking about, but it has its counterparts on earth down here most of the time. As an example, like the River Jordan is representing the chakra system of our body, and about those things that come from the north, from the mountainous north, where the springs, where everything's come from, where all these things come from. Like, it's coming down to take over. It's coming down to rule. And so the four comes up because it says, that came to four heads. All right. And you have to listen to the way they talk in these stories, to catch on. But you had four rivers that came out and fed the Garden of Eden. So what you find out is, I think that if you knew more about the brain itself, that it's probably something to do with in the artery part of our brains that is feeding the brain. That they would be considered the blood would be, but the river, or water. But we had the Python, and I'm probably messing up these things, but anyways, it goes the Python, the Gihon, the Hiddekel, and then the Phyrat, which is the Euphrates. All right, so the spirit is in the word. So you would think that, okay, well, let's find out what those things mean. So we have the West, which is the intellect. This is supposed to be our thoughts, our mind. This is our mind, the left side of our brain. That is what we're going to call. That is what is being called the West. All right, that's the dark side, the black. All right, and of course, then who takes second spot in all these stories is the North. The North is representing the red, and that's our heart. It's also the moon. This is what causes us to fall. This is religion. This is this part of us that really wants to believe. So this is number two. All right, the second one. The third of these guys is going to be feeding the body. What does it mean to feed the body? And the idea is that's the third space belongs to the south, which is the lower. So it would be the brethren, the body itself, the five. Okay, and it's pretty interesting. All right, and then the last one is representing the east, which would be the spiritual side of us, the spiritual side, and it winds up being the Euphrates. All right, so what does this mean? So the Python, which is feeding the intellect. All right, this one here means to cleave or to break apart, to scatter. All right, so this is to, you want to break apart, you want it to become one. So, this is this idea of God's wrath going down on this. This is it's scattered. Okay, now this is it also means to cleave or to break apart. This is the part that has to happen, your brain. All right. The Gihon is your heart, and it says to burst. That's what it means to burst forth, to gush. All right, so this is This is our emotions. This is representing the heart. It's representing number 2 that represents the north. All right, so now we have what's coming up is Hedekel. It means to prick. It also has the word briar. You know, don't throw me in the briars. Don't throw me in the briars. Sharp, to pierce. Okay. It also has in this long word to unite, to join together, and to do it quickly. All right. So this is the body part. Remember, and they're always in a rush. They're always in a hurry because it says it doesn't take very long. God's wrath is it's quelled. But anyways, the whole idea is that you're poked. This is poking. You're the Christ that gets that the piercing has to do with the when Jesus was put the crown of thorns. That's a piercing. He's pierced in his side, and this is representing the fifth poke of him. So this is you. This is what number 3 represents, is the sacrifice. You are it. All right. And what happens? What do you get when you walk this way? You wind up in Euphrates. All right. And what does this here? That what makes you fruitful. So joining up with God and going this route, this is where you get your food from. This is, because you're eating along the way, you're getting God. And, when the stories come back to say, you don't need the light anymore in your city because you've got the light of God shining all the time. Kind of cool. Really cool. But anyways, I was just showing you how just the rivers themselves could, once you know that when you see the number 4, that it's reflecting on the directions. This is, in the Hindu world, is Brahma, the 4-faced individual. And so, and it's also that sword that's guarding the gates into heaven. That's the 4, because watching on all, on all sides. They all have to match up before you can come in. Everything. You have to be in accord with yourself, and that means the harpers got to be harping. And again, that's 4. It's all about 4. All right. I'm just stressing the idea. The number 4 is it's not that tough, but it does have the most information inside of it. And so, anyways, once you know what the northeast, south, and west all represent, then you're able to read this a little better. Okay. See, guys, have a good one.